Welcome back to the podcast.
Well, your host, I'm Abigail.
And I'm Matt. You like my.
I did not know we were starting.
And today we're going to be talking about,
Okay.
well, I guess we're going to be reviewing Project Hail Mary. We saw it recently together when you were down here. And then you're going to be reviewing like 5 to 10 minutes on two other films that I actually didn't get a chance to watch because I don't give a fuck about them. But, and you're pointing at Mike
You killed my
Wazowski.
mojo. You killed
Mike
my mojo.
Wazowski.
This is Mike. He's joining us on today's pod
You're,
because
yeah.
I couldn't get a private study room.
Yeah,
So
we vibe. We
I'm
do
in the
what we do
hallway.
what we need to do. She's in the hallway. She's sitting on
We're
the floor.
doing what we gotta do, okay?
But yeah, you're gonna review. Gonna give like a little five
Very
minutes.
briefly, I'm gonna review Goat and Reminders of Him,
Correct. Two
which is
movies that I
a
decided to not
romance.
watch.
Fair enough. A romance by Colleen Hoover, whose books I do not enjoy, but whose mm, books I do not enjoy.
Okay, fire. And then
That's
Goat
pretty much
is
it. I don't.
the Caleb McLaughlin,
Oh,
Steph Curry basketball movie, right?
yeah, it's actually not basketball. It's called Rollerball.
Sure.
Get it right. Get it right,
I'm good.
motherfucker.
I'd rather not watch the movie.
It was actually good. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah. And then we're gonna play a game of guess the character. We're gonna do a Disney Channel original movie character. We both have our character selected. We're gonna do that later on in the show in kind of in honor of Hannah Montana hitting 20 years. Let's go. And then we're gonna play you're gonna play blind ranking for Ryan Gosling films because we're gonna be the majority of this episode is reviewing Project Hail Mary and I think we have very different opinions on the movie.
Somewhat. We have a lot.
So do we
Yes, we
just do
do.
our quick 1 minute? Do you want to just do our quick 1 minute review?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so if I was to score this movie numerically,
Oh,
I think it would be 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think Ryan Gosling's performance was phenomenal. I think he did such an amazing job. I just think that this movie was a little bit everywhere. There was just too much stuff going on, and there was a lot of like different, I guess, storylines happening at the same time that it just felt like there was too much in the movie. And don't get me wrong, I think they wrapped it up in like a decent way. And I'm not a person who read the book. I've heard a lot of stuff from a lot of my friends that, oh, this is an amazing book. I don't know how true the book is to the movie. I haven't asked them yet, but from what the movie gave me, I felt like they could have. You were talking about this before that they could have potentially did two movies, um, but they would have needed to add more, or they could have just taken some stuff out of this movie to kind of either shorten it because it felt too long and there was just too much stuff going on. So I think his performance was phenomenal. The movie looks beautiful. It's insane, like how phenomenally shot the film is, the way it looks. When they do the flashbacks, they switch to like a different kind of like aspect ratio. It feels like I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but it just felt like the flashbacks felt like it was shot completely different than the rest of the film. And I think that was their way of like showing that he's gaining these memories back as he's like going through the film and going through his journey and realizing everything he needs to do. And then the whole relationship with Rocky, I thought was phenomenal. I love The Rock. He's adorable. Literally my favorite character in the movie. Rocky is great. Why are you making that face?
uh-huh.
You know Rocky is phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
Rocky is the boy. So
Rocky's a
good.
rock.
Rocky
No.
is a sentient rock that is fire. All right? Don't ever disrespect him and his entire planet of people. Okay?
Painful.
But
Painful.
3.5, I think the shortcomings wasn't on anything related to the acting. I think it was more so just story itself wasn't. It was too much shit going on. Basically, that's what killed it a lot. And it was a long movie too. It felt like it was like 3 hours, even though it was probably what 2:30, I think.
It was a long movie.
hmm Now
It
you're
was 2:36, I think.
yeah.
I would give it a maybe what is 2.5? Like 5 out of 10? Yeah, probably like a 2.5. I was not impressed.
That's crazy.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that. on some things I was very impressed and some things I wasn't. I agree. Cinematography was amazing. The post was amazing, like the part where it's like he's standing. Also, there's gonna be spoilers through this whole episode. We always do that too late. But there's the part where he's standing and outside of the spaceship and he's like in this field of astrophage and it's all just like pink glitter around him and it looks so beautiful. It looks so cool and you feel like you're in space with him. That part was my favorite part of the movie. Like that is the best part of the movie. Um
Or the Green Planet too
I
was
think
beautiful.
I think that the preview was giving Interstellar level, Inception level, and I think that some of the movie really hit that demand. And I think that some of the movie hit like a Marvel sort of like Rocky. I don't know, it just gave too much Marvel for me to like take it like super seriously. Not that I don't take Marvel seriously, okay? I'm very serious about Marvel. Um, but I don't know, it just was giving too much, like, not sci-fi, but, like, fake sci-fi, like Rocky being I don't know, I thought that it was gonna be, like, some weird alien, not like he has to be green, but I thought that it was gonna be, like, some weird alien thing and really make you think, and it was just, like, a sentient rock, like, that, like, can do I don't know, like, they built that whole ship and, like, that whole thing, and on what Matthew said, because we were talking about it a lot, I agree, and I was talking about how when we talked about it the first time, I was talking about how there's just too much going on in the writing, so, to put it simply, Interstellar is a movie about a man if you haven't seen Interstellar, stop now, do not continue. Interstellar is a movie about a man with kids who leaves his family to go travel through space, blah blah blah, go on an adventure. And then there's an issue, whatever you want to call it, space time continuum, blah blah blah. And he returns and his family is not as he left it, and he's missed a chunk of their lives or
Hmm.
their lives. That's it. Like that's it. Like yeah, he's like a farmer and like all of these other things. He has two kids and blah blah blah, whatever. But like that is the movie. This movie has so much shit going on. He is a scientist who nobody believed in, which made him insecure. And then he battles through his insecurity the whole I'm sorry, I'm getting into so many specifics. I
Yeah,
rated
it's
it
fine too.
2.5 out of 5. I will get into more specifics
Yeah,
in 2
how do we
seconds.
want to break it down? Do you want to go straight into that, or do you want to kind of talk
I'm
about?
going into that because I
Okay,
can't it's annoying me.
okay.
So, he is just insecure about this thing. Like he is a scientist and everybody shat on his idea and then he became very insecure. Okay, happens to the best of us. Whatever. I mean, like you're a grown man, but like whatever, whatever. We have a weak moment or a weak few years. And then he becomes a science teacher and blah blah blah. And then science lady pops up and she's like, "Hey, by the way, you were right. Let's like we need your research." And then he still battles in the movie with being insecure and not feeling good enough about being a scientist or like about his theories. And I'm like, "But they're right." Like that doesn't even make sense anymore.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, it's like the whole
I think
battle.
that was such a stupid plot line.
So I think this is my thing with the movie. So it was directed by Philip Lord and Christopher Miller. They're a duo, and they've wrote and directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and the Lego Movie, right? Which are two phenomenally
Meatballs.
animated films, right? And then they also, I'm pretty sure they were producers for both of the Into the Spider Verse movies, the animated Spider Man movies,
Okay.
which is why this movie is visually beautiful. Like Lego Movie
It
is
is.
one of
It's
the most
beautiful.
advancements in like stop motion animation, lighting, and then the Into the Spider Verse films are insanely well done for animation. Like some of the best stuff. Like the reason you love K-pop Demon Hunter so much is because that movie was built off of the back of those two Spider-Man movies. Like so it's they were they were responsible for those films, and then they also did their live action stuff as they directed the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies, and then now Project Hail Mary, right? So visually, like I understand why the movie's so good because of the stuff that they have done beforehand. But the writer was the writer who did The Martian, at least the one who wrote the screenplay off of the book. And I don't know if you've seen The
Wait,
Martian.
not thumb. I'm correcting my thumbs down. I'm thumbs downing director of Martian with writer of. I
Project
don't like this mix,
of okay.
but
So the
continue.
thing is
Yes.
The Martian is a much more broken down, simplified version. You keep saying Interstellar because I feel like this movie is like a breed between Interstellar and The Martian, right?
Okay.
So Interstellar is, I think, much more existential and has to do with time travel and all this other stuff. And the whole thing about The Martian, um, is just they were just trying to colonize Mars, right? And then getting samples and stuff like that. And it's the whole journey of being alone and just like trying to like do that whole like um getting back to Earth, doing our mission and stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? And I think it's a lot more tongue in cheek and comedic, The Martian, obviously with Matt Damon. Uh so I think this is like they tried to like mold two movies, which granted, I don't know if that's what they were trying to do, right? But you take a lot of the like insane concepts of Interstellar, but meld it with a lot of the comedic relief of something like The Martian with Matt Damon, who is like a botanist in space. Um, is really interesting. It's like it's I don't know. I don't know if it was executed well enough because it feels like you've been saying and I've been saying that there was just too much going on in this movie where like The Martian is this objective and then Interstellar's this objective and I feel like this movie is trying to do this objective and it's
Yeah,
just
it's
it's
too
just
much.
too much in the movie. But that's my biggest issue with it. The other things that I guess let me go back real quick. Let me see. I think let me see. Drew he's written other things other than The Martian. He did Cloverfield, which was is such a phenomenal movie as well. And he's directed the Cabin in the Woods movie with Chris Hemsworth and stuff like that. So like the this person has written a lot of things, so that is really phenomenal. The problem is I don't know how much he had control because obviously he has source material that he needs to work off of, right? It is a book. And this might just be an issue that they tried to crunch down too much stuff into a movie and it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? Like the because like a book is so much longer, has so much more detail, can
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
expand
yeah.
on a lot of things. This is the thing we were talking about. Where like, do they do the flashbacks in the book how they do it in the movie? Because sometimes it is a little bit jarring. You don't know when he's getting specific memories back and stuff like that. You know, it's a little bit like I would have preferred it if it played through in a different way because obviously there's that twist towards the end of the movie where you find out that the lady who basically was his right hand, like he was her right hand man for the whole science part, and she's like, well, now that this person's dead, you're the only person that can do it. You're forced to go up there now. And then she drugs him and puts him on, and we find out that's the
Yeah,
reason.
you see,
Like,
there's too much like there's like a corruptions plot line with her, and then there's like a security plot line with him. There's a friendship plot line with Rocky. There's a what is it called? Hold on.
well, there's the whole plot line of like just in general, like learning the language. Like we were talking about learning each other's languages, and then
Well,
their
there's
their
like a whole
goal.
interspecies. Yeah, yeah, there's like a whole interspecies issue. And then there I was just like, how much can you fit into one movie? Like, I genuinely cannot believe I was only sitting there for 2.5 hours. I was like, surely this is a 7-hour movie because it's so long.
I'm gonna look up the book
It's
right now.
ridiculous.
Project Hail Mary.
And I've heard really good things about the book. There are two people at my job who read the book, and both of them love the book. So I don't understand. Also, a lot of people love the movie. Maybe I'm cracked out. I don't know.
It is. I'm trying to see how long the
It was it was very tongue in cheek. It's so funny that you said that. I think that's what I'm trying to say when I keep saying Marvel. I just found it so
well
comedic
it's
and it
very
didn't look like
similar
that in
to
the
the
preview.
like the guy who wrote The Martian, who like the whole thing about like Matt Damon in that movie that I think he was even nominated for an Oscar. It's just like the way he presents himself as like how he's dealing with this absurd situation is like he's very like it's all through like recorded message. I mean, you've seen The Martian. Have you
Mhm.
seen so like it's all through the recorded
Yeah, but it was a
messages.
long time ago.
Like so it's just like that's a thing of like it's very similar in that aspect, I'm assuming, because he was like, how do we really make someone who's in space alone like deal with this situation, and also the way he set up his whole like character development at the beginning of the movie is like he's a very like satire jokester type of person. That's how he deals with life. So obviously when he's in space now alone, the two crewmates he was supposed to have are dead, and he's with a sentient rock from another planet. Like it's going to be a lot of like comedic relief dealing with like how he psychologically deals with this. So the book is 495 pages. That's what it
Which would be the
seems.
longest movie
Yeah,
if they turn
it
off.
says
Which
490
feels like they
906
did.
pages. So it's a very long um a very long book.
I don't know why they didn't make it into 2 movies. So, Matthew and I were talking, and I think my problem with it is that it felt like it should have been. I don't know if existential is the right word. Yeah, go.
The writer who wrote the Hail Mary also wrote the book The Martian, which is what the movie The Martian is based off of. So
That's
the
crazy.
same guy who wrote both books is also the same guy who did the screenplay for both movies, which
That's
makes it even
crazy.
more interesting as to how he was. I guess it's just a much more there's just much more complex stories in something like Project Hail Mary. Like The Martian is, like I said, is much more one dimensional. Um, so this one has so much more like, oh, we have like aliens, we have like sabotage, we have like learning about this whole new species that's like attacking the earth and all the moon and all the suns and stars and stuff like
Dude,
that. It's
yeah,
just like
oh, that was another point that I forgot to bring up. There's also, like, the whole thing with the astrophage. Like, there's also an end of the world plot, and there's this plot, and there's that plot. Like, there's too many plot. And then so I am of the belief that everything I was kind of it was a lot. It was a lot, but I was kind of like okay until Rocky saved Ryan Gosling. And wow, my hand just got really close. Sorry. Ryan Rocky saved Ryan Gosling, and then Ryan Gosling goes back to sacrifice himself, and then Rocky saves both of them. And I'm like, why? Like, when I don't understand. I think that it would have been so well rounded if Ryan Gosling was just like, this is my purpose. I'm going to save all of us, and that is it. And then die.
yeah.
It was just ridiculous.
Well,
And then the what are they called? Rocky? Whatever Rocky is,
yeah.
his
Eon,
sentientness.
Edens. I forgot what they're called.
Okay, the
Eods,
Idididins,
the and the amoebas or whatever.
the amoebas, okay? They also function like humans. I was like, okay, if you're gonna make a whole other life form, they did a great job, right? Like they have the ship that's like really fucking weird. They have their own language. They have also he developed that language way too quick to English, but whatever. Besides the point. Develop their own language and have all of this like really cool. They can like make those thingies, whatever. And then at the end of the movie, it's just like a beach like Earth and a classroom like Earth. I was like, ugh, it was just so
Well, that's
frustrating.
because they built him that atmospheric area for him to be able to live on their planet. Their scientists and engineers built that whole dome for him, and they made
But
it.
you don't know that that's not what it really looks like for them.
It doesn't because you see him
Also,
in the
why do they
dome.
know what it looks like? Why do they know
He
what it looks like on Earth?
because he explained it to them. That's why he said, "Oh, you made the water too hot." Like the ocean water, like they can change parameters to make the water colder or hotter. They built that like
Yeah, but
bio.
how?
It's like a biodome almost for him. He's
Okay,
like a fish in a tank for them right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I feel like if you explain to somebody what the beach looks like when they've never seen the beach, they would not know how to make it look.
Yeah, but we
Like, it
don't
would
know
not
how
look
long
like a
he's
beach.
been there on his planet with him,
Can't be that long, he's the same age.
tweaking parameters. Yeah, but the lady looked a lot older. So maybe it might have been years. We don't know how time works because like this is the thing. This is the
That's
problem.
true.
This is the problem with this movie is there's a lot of like backstory and then also stuff happening while the backstory is being presented, which makes a lot of movies feel disjointed, in my opinion. So Interstellar, it's like a story that goes from here to here, right? It just continues the entire time, right? And the only time you really get a reference to the beginning of the movie is when he obviously goes back in time and like is the one sending himself the messages, right? So and she figures it out and all that sort of stuff that's happening, and then it ends with him seeing his daughter again, right? As an old woman. This movie, you start on a fucking ship. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And
It
then
also starts so jarring, it's just like, bam,
and then
he's burying the people.
and then you start hearing about him as a teacher. And then it skips back to him in the future. And
Yeah, it's
then
too much.
it skips back again. And it's a lot of just like you're kind of building the movie. You're kind of build which is like maybe the message they wanted to like present you because he doesn't have his memory, so they wanted you to kind of piece his memories as you're learning the journey he's going on. But the problem is it felt very disjointed and there was too much shit going on to build it
It
like
felt
that.
like 2.5 hours of work. I was like, "Okay, now that we're 30 minutes in, I have to remember everything that happened. I have to remember that he's a teacher, that he's now in space, that he just buried." And then the part with the coworkers led nowhere. He sends them into space, they're dead. I was like, "Oh, surely, like, they'll mean something special." Nothing,
Mhm.
nothing. They have
Yeah.
no connection to him. He would didn't even wanna go with them, he wasn't supposed to. I was like, just show him alone. Like, what why are you making me remember that he had 2 people and their names were Asia and Nunu? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? It was just so stupid, and then you got 30 minutes in. By the time that you've remembered everything that happened in the last 30 minutes, here's a whole bunch of other information, and you have to learn about astrophages, and you have to learn about Rocky and the like, work. Like, it felt like I was at work. It felt like
Yeah.
I was
There's
learning
a
a job.
okay, but
It was too much
I feel like we were sitting here bashing this fucking movie for like 20
because
minutes.
it sucked.
Ryan Gosling's performance was phenomenal.
Genius.
Was so
Brilliant.
good. He is
I think
like
everybody's performance was really
I
good.
feel like he's like I want to say he's like a top 25, 20 actor of all time at this point.
I agree.
His whole filmography, he's done
It's so
such a
good.
phenomenal job in everything and he puts so much effort in everything he does and you can really see that. This was and then also the cinematography in this movie. So like it's just acting, cinematography, it's all like top tier. It's just I feel like the writing itself was really weak, which is really sad because a movie like this can be really hit with the way the movie was written, the screenplay was written.
He was, like, about to die, and I was, like, tearing up, and he was doing such a good job of, like, everything and, like, trying to reach the panels, and then the camera, like, turned over, and we were looking at a fucking rock that talks, and I was like, "I cannot cry." Like
Yo, but that part where Rocky gives his life to what we thought was give his life to protect him and
like
like save him,
mm,
and you
like, do
feel
you hear yourself?
yeah, but
Rocky
listen,
gives his life.
listen. We watched Rocket Raccoon, a 3D animated raccoon, be tortured in the third movie and cry.
But it made
I can
sense.
cry over a rock. Okay, I can cry over a rock. I don't care what
I
you
just
say.
don't
I
think
will
they
cry
gave
over a
us
rock.
enough I don't think they gave us enough pull. Like, I
Bro,
can look at
when Rocky was
Rocket
dying and he
no.
was
I can
burning
look
up,
at Rocket I can look at Rocket being experimented on and be like, okay, animal abuse. Like, I can imagine somebody doing this to your family's dog, and I can imagine killing them for it. You know what I mean? Like, I can connect with that. They gave us a rock, and not only is it a rock, but it looks like a rock.
I feel like
For what? It looks like a spider.
you're hating on The Rock.
I just did not I did not like the rockiness,
I
but
love The Rock.
Ryan
I
Gosling's
love Rocky.
performance was phenomenal. Ryan Gosling's performance, but he never drops the ball. He is a really, really, really amazing actor. I mean, I really can't think of anything that I was like, I didn't really like him in that.
Side note, there was such a funny thing on TikTok where it says something with Ryan Gosling with making movies with rocks and stones because he's been in like so many movies with Emma Stone.
Oh, that's
I was
funny.
like, that was I
That's
think I sent it to
cute.
you. I don't know, but that was a funny TikTok. The point that was just a little side note. I think this
My
movie,
Emma Stone obsession.
yes, your Emma Stone session. This movie, like, we're gonna keep iterating on the same thing. It's just the writing really killed it, and I think I at this point I want to read the book because I want to like, and I fucking hate reading books, but I want to know how it's presented in the book because if the book presents the movie, like presents the information that the movie gives you in a different way that's actually better, I'm gonna be upset because
I'm
also
sure it is.
it's 490 plus pages. Like, it obviously has a lot more detail, and again, with a book you can put it down, you can sit there, process and analyze the stuff you've just read, and
And there's a lot of nuance.
there's a lot more commitment in reading a book, and it takes
Yeah.
time. Whereas in, like, we have to present this entire almost 500-page book in a 2.5 hour movie, so we don't know how much stuff they cut out. How much, obviously they sped through probably a lot of the like linguistic learning between him and Rocky, which it did feel like it was sped up. There's probably a lot more backstory in the initial part, so maybe this could have potentially been two movies because it is a very large book and it's such a very grand story to tell that they could have potentially made two movies. But then, like I was telling you, I don't know where they could have split the movie where it feels natural to have a lot more information because again, he still has a lot of memory loss that like like I feel like this whole movie built up to a thing, and how would you divide a movie when there's no 3-act narrative? Like, all movies have 3-act narratives, right? So it's hard to build a 3-act narrative in the center of a movie. And I told you that's like the issue with like Deathly Hollow Part 1, Part 2. It's very hard to have like a
Wicked.
natural break in like Wicked. It makes it hard to do natural breaks in things that have like one cohesive message that they're trying to achieve.
I agree. I also don't know that it needed to be a break, like, in the same what is the word? Chronol
Chronological?
chronology. Yeah,
Chronological?
chronology? In the same chronological order. I'm so sorry. In the same chronological
I
order
think you're
as the
making words
book.
up. Chronological? What did you say before?
I know. Let's ignore it. I don't think that we needed to I don't think that they needed to follow the same chronological order as the book. I think that if the book is in the way that this movie is, where it cuts back and forth, they could have done like a whole movie that is him learning the science, getting ready to leave, goes to space, meets Rocky, and then it stops. And then the next movie is just like the continuation. Let's learn about each other. Let's save both of our worlds. Let's find the astrophage, blah, blah, blah. You know, like the movies could have been a different chronological order than the structure of the book,
So
which I think would be cool.
the thing is, in my head, I'm like, it all leads to finding out that he was basically forced to do this without his own knowledge or consent, and that was like a very big twist in the movie. Like, like you and I both were like, "Oh shit, that's crazy." This person that he spent so much time with, years with, doing this research and building this team and teaching this team, and you know, he doesn't want to do this because he feels like he's not the person. And she basically is just like, "You're going to do it. I don't give a fuck what you say." And literally
Yeah.
drugs him. Like, that's such a crazy twist to the movie that, like, how do you play that whole thing into two different movies? Like building up to that point, do you like? Because if you do just his past, you'll know that twist before he's ever in space, because that's how she gets him in space. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you just skip over that part and bring it back later? Like that's the thing.
Maybe.
It's like hard to do something that is meant to be one concise thing that needs 4 hours worth of time. You know what I mean? And you're not
I
doing
agree that it's hard, but I think it could have been done better. I just did not like how choppy the movie was. The movie visually is
stunning,
beautiful. It was
stunning sound,
so,
everything.
so, so beautiful. I was not a big fan. I understand the, like, memory, but, like, the different lens or whatever filter that they used or whatever for the memories, I didn't like, but that's because, like, I don't like, it gave eerie, which it was supposed to. It was unsettling. Or for me, it was unsettling. I just didn't like it. Like, the fogginess, I didn't like it. So, I didn't love that, but the movie is beautiful. The editing, the post-production is beautiful, the colors are beautiful, like, it is really beautiful. And the everything looks well, not that I know personally, but everything looks very realistic. Like, it looked like a real I mean, it seemed like a very large spaceship, like, it seemed like he had so much space in there. Um,
Yeah.
but besides that, I think everything looked really realistic. All of the meeting rooms, like how he was in a warehouse at first, and they were using like duct tape and like just stupid shit like that, like 30-cent duct tape. Um, yeah. I thought that the movie was like well done production wise.
So you're gonna give that movie a 5 out of 10. That's a
Yeah.
crazy low score.
It was so much work to watch. Okay, Matthew and I talked about this a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch all of them until you find it because I don't know which one it's in. But we were talking about how we watch things for different reasons. Like I like rewatch. Actually, did we even do this
We
episode?
didn't. We did. I know what you're doing.
We
Yeah,
did
yeah.
not. Just kidding. But okay, well, on that note, uh I love to rewatch stuff and one of the reasons is because I can turn my brain off whereas Matthew can watch pretty much anything and turn his brain off. I cannot do that. I like to like be very involved and like open a social work mental health case on these every single character and see what's going on and blah blah blah. So watching new things is like very draining for me. Like I finish an episode and I'm like, "Oh my god, this character like this
Yeah, you
kid in
like
this show just died
overanalyze.
and like
You
blah blah blah." Yeah, and then I think about them all day long because obviously they live rent free in my
yeah.
head. But Matthew doesn't do that, but I do. So like when a new piece of media takes a lot of work for me, it's just like it
It's
takes out the
draining.
joy. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm like I'm just over it already. Like halfway through the movie when he was like still feeling insecure about his ability, I was like, "You know what? I'm done with you. Like please go away. Respectfully, go away."
Respectfully, get out of my face.
Yes. But the
Yeah,
movie was beautiful.
yeah. I
So
wouldn't
yes,
say
5 out of 10.
theoretically I turn my brain off, but like I'm able to just like take what is given to me and like consume it without like thinking about external things. Right? I'm not like I can
I feel
analyze the movie later on and really kind of try and break it down, but in the moment, I don't like to overthink anything. I just like get presented with the media and just consume it and then think about it later. Right?
you said 3.5, right?
Yeah, 3.5 stars. So 3.5 out of 5. So it's like what, a
So
7?
we're th- so we're 3 out of 5 put together. So we're 6 out of 10.
Yeah. It's just the writing.
Okay.
Fuck the movie, in my opinion. And it might just be because there's too much shit going on. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I don't
it
know if it's that the writing made all the shit going on feel worse or all the shit going on made the writing feel worse, but it was not good.
yeah. Performances are great though.
All right?
Okay. So
Performances were beautiful.
give me the goat. Give me the goat and reminders of
Okay.
him or whatever.
Goat was really good. I really like the animation style, which I was not expecting. It's kind of sketch-ish in like the settings and stuff. It looks like sketches. I thought that that was very cool. I like it. I like that it's not like incredibly detailed animation, or it is, but like it's not visually incredibly detailed. I really like that. I feel like it just makes everything blend together really peacefully. Um, I thought that the plot was good. I think I was not underwhelmed and I was not overwhelmed, or like I was just whelmed, which is not a word. I think they say that in Mean Girls. Yeah, she's like, you can be overwhelmed. Wait, is it Mean Girls? Whatever. It's in Mean Girls or it's in Legally Blonde or something.
One of the two.
But can you ever just be whelmed? Yeah, I was just whelmed. It was like it was good. It was great animation. I thought that the plot was good. There were like adult jokes that I was like, is this a kids movie? Is this an adult movie? I don't really understand. The plot line with Jet was kind of confusing because she's his so basically he's an up and coming Matthew. He's an up and coming
Hmm.
whatchamacall.
Basketball player.
Yes. No, it's called Roarball. He's a Roarball player. He plays in the neighborhood, in the hood. And basically gets recruited because of this video that he makes against a like basically what would be considered like an NBA level athlete. He like plays against them and even though he loses, he plays really well. So he like his friends made a video for him, it goes viral and he gets recruited or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And so he starts playing Roarball, whatever. And then there's just a lot of tension between him and this character named Jet because Jet is like the one that holds all the records and blah 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 and whatever. And there's just so much tension between them that it's like I don't know. It just is kind of weird to me. It actually makes me think of there's this scene in the Taylor Swift movie where not any Taylor Swift movie, the one where she went through all of her songs on the Life of a Showgirl album, where she talks about this song that she has called Father Figure,
You losing me
and
here,
she
Blue.
talks about and she hold on. In Father Figure, I'm going to bring it back. In Father Figure, she talks about how she would like she likes to be the top of the top, the creme de la creme, and at the same time of wanting to help newcomers into the industry, she also always wants to be on top, which means never letting them be on top. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Which is actually my least favorite thing that I've ever heard her say. I think that it was so wild. And it was not like that. She said it like it was meaner, but it kind of reminded me of that in the movie, like Jet, not in the same way per se, and also it seemed like she's one of the few women in Roarball or like female characters in Roarball. But it was just giving that, and I was like, this kid just like comes from nothing. He's homeless, like he's up and coming. He's really talented, and he's a goat, and only like big animals play Roarball. So he's like bottom of the barrel. Like he really could not be more disadvantaged at this point. Um, and I just found her opposition like very strange. It was very, very strange to me. And then like she eventually comes around, but like it was weird. I didn't love it. Especially for a children's movie.
That's very
Otherwise, I thought the
interesting that
one.
okay, so like not knowing anything about this movie, but now knowing that it was produced by Steph Curry, which is a
Yeah, he's an
basketball
NBA.
player. But it's very similar to his so side note, Steph Curry was considered a very small, scrawny player who wasn't very accepted and his father was in the NBA, Del Curry, but everyone kind of like shunned Steph because he was small, scrawny, and like didn't really like I guess exude the
Fit
like
the
the
yeah.
body type of someone who's like gonna be an all-star in the NBA, right? Someone's gonna be so he was like he never got to go to like the top tier colleges, was never picked for top tier high school programs, and then spent his first few years in the NBA dealing with injuries, and then basically is now probably arguably in my opinion, the greatest point guard to ever play the game of basketball. Like Steph Curry has 4 championship rings, 2 MVPs, the first ever unanimous MVP. That means every person voted for him to be the most valuable player that year. It's crazy. Like it's never happened before. Like he is the first unanimous MVP. Um, fact check me. I'm pretty sure he is. Like he's hit every single accolade. So like it's interesting to see the parallels of like this movie and like his story in the NBA and his upbringing. Um, Obviously he wasn't like a poor kid, right? Because his father was an NBA player. Um, so he does have like
First unanimous MVP.
yeah. So it's very, but it's interesting to see like how it's like he wasn't like meant to be it, and he like like Steph Curry revolutionized basketball by like introducing like heavy 3 point, like he changed the way the game was played. Like if you look at the NBA 10 like 30 years ago or even 20 years ago, it was much different than it is now. And how much they shoot 3 pointers, and it's literally because of him as a person. Like literally Steph Curry changed the way basketball is played in the NBA today. Alone, single-handedly, he is the reason.
He did that.
And you can argue that and debate that he is the reason. Like because of the way he plays the game. So it's crazy that like I see the similarities of like, and also why he was like so I guess want to being involved in this movie.
It's really cool that it's a reflect. I actually didn't know. It's funny because you have the basketball knowledge and I have the goat knowledge, and neither of us have the other one. I didn't know that. It's like a good movie. I just it wasn't. I think the problem that I had is that I feel like so many animation movies have like a great. I feel like a lot of great animation movies have a great plot twist at the end, and this one didn't have one, really. It was kind of like a plot twist that was, like, in the last 30 minutes, and then they spent 30 minutes, like, figuring out, like, how to overcome this and figure it out and, like, play as a team and blah, 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 and I just think that like, already I was, like, expecting. Like, in Toy Story 3, when Lotso's all the way at the end, and then you think that he's gonna help, and then it looks like they're all gonna die. Like,
Yeah.
that is literally in the last 10 minutes of the movie. So, like that sort of thing.
So
I thought that there was gonna be some huge revelation, and there just wasn't. It was good
what
though.
would you rate it?
Ooh. I would give it a 3.5 out of 10.
Okay,
I think that's fair.
it's
It
fair.
was good though. It was very, and Caleb McLaughlin did fabulous. I love him. Love. And yeah,
So
I
now
think it was good.
remembering him around whatever the movie's called.
Should I do that next week?
You want to just go straight to the games then?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
we're gonna be deep in this guess the character.
I'm ready.
Okay, so it is TikTok time. Also, I want to add that Project Hail Mary is already in the top 10 grossing films of 2026.
Painful.
Goat is also in the top 10 grossing films of. There hasn't been a lot of movies in 2026. Obviously, it's only been what
We're literally in March.
in 3 months. But Project Hail Mary came out 4 days ago, and it's already made $140 million.
It's so weird because everyone online raves about it, but I just
It's a good like everything outside of the way the movie was written is really good, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Um, like what Goats came out like Goat is about to leave theaters, right? I'm assuming in the next few weeks probably because
I don't
it
know.
came out like the first or second week of February. Like
It did?
yeah, it's been over a month since that movie's been out. Same
I
thing
thought it
with
came out like last week.
same it came out the same weekend as Wuthering Heights, I think.
Wuthering.
Whatever.
Oh my
Bro, when I
god.
say withering, you say withering. I don't know. The fucking word, it's fucking me up.
Now
Whatever
I'm
the point.
changing the word.
The point I'm making is it came out the same week as that fucking atrocity of a film. Um, that's a fucking
That's
shit movie.
crazy.
That movie's ass. I'd rather watch Project Hail Mary 3,000 times on loop than watch that other fucking movie.
Are you talking about Wuthering
Yeah,
Heights?
Wuthering Heights. That movie's ass. Um,
We did a review if you want to watch it.
yes, but Goat has made 174 million since February. Project Hail Mary has made 140 in 4 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wuthering Heights has done 230 million. Like Project Hail Mary has done half of what Wuthering Heights has done in a month in 4 days. So
I kind of wish Project Hail Mary was animated. That'd be really cool.
that'd be interesting. But yeah,
I think
so
it'd be cool.
I definitely think that Project Hail Mary is gonna have an insane like it's only been out for 4 days and it's done astronomically well. Like 140 million opening weekend is really really good.
Can't
Um,
believe it's only been out for 4 days.
So yeah, we watched it the day it came out, and that was
I know.
last
I
week.
literally no. We watched it the day before it came out.
Yeah, the 19th. It came out the 20th. Theoretically, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, but that's
The
besides the point.
game.
The game. So guess the character, decom edition. Uh, we're gonna basically give each other a bunch of questions to try and narrow it down. First person to guess the character wins. We're doing only characters from Disney Channel original movies. You can begin with the first question.
Is my movie a musical?
No. Is your movie animated?
No.
Okay.
There are animated ones?
Yeah. A
Oh
ton of them.
no. Okay. We must discuss after. Oh wait. Okay. Is your character male or female?
That's not a yes or no question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my character male?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Is your movie a musical? Stealing your question.
Yes.
Okay. That doesn't narrow it down to a lot because a lot of fucking Disney musicals, but
A lot.
yeah.
Did this movie come out after I was born?
Yes. I'm gonna check. I want to make sure 100%. I'm gonna have it pulled up. The answer is yes. It came out after you were born. Your question. Um, it's a musical. So, is your movie uh part of the Cheetah Girls? Is your
No.
character part of the Cheetah Girls? Because I'm trying to guess the character.
No.
Because we're not guessing a movie, we're guessing a character from a movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the movie that your character is in after I was born? Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Is the movie that your character is in a movie you know I've seen?
No, I don't know you've seen this movie.
Great.
I know you know the character, but I don't know if you've seen the movie.
What? Okay.
That's a lot of information that I'm giving you
That
right there.
does nothing.
Um, is your
Okay.
character part of Camp Rock?
Yes.
Okay, we've narrowed it down to 2 movies and characters in 2 movies.
Okay. Is your character played by an actor who's still a famous celebrity?
No,
Okay.
no, no. She's not.
Okay.
Well, you know it's a woman. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like still a celebrity, still doing stuff, but like not A-list. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I think I have an
Not
option.
like
Okay.
Brad Pitt is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Not like Ryan
Okay.
Gosling, Emma Stone. Um, is your character a female?
Yes.
Okay,
Is your character in Cadet Kelly?
Cadet Kelly isn't. No.
Okay.
Um, is your character? I don't know this character's name. I'm gonna look it up right now, so I know the name of the character. Is your character? Caitlin Geller, which
No.
is Allison
Is your
Stoner.
No. Is your character in Kim Possible?
Yes, that's crazy. Is your character Mitchie Torres?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Is your character Kim?
Yes, my character is Kim.
I was like, there's absolutely no way
How
I'm gonna
you
get this
how
if I
did you
haven't.
pull the Kim Possible? That's
Oh, so
crazy.
you asked me
I won though,
if
but that's
mine
crazy.
you a yeah, you won. You asked me by one question. You
Th-
asked me, I apologize.
I won though. I
You
don't care.
asked me
That's
if yeah, no, you did. You asked me if my character is from an animated movie,
yeah. So
which
then why'd
tells
you
me
say
that you were
Cadet Kelly?
thinking
Like you say,
which tells me that
I was
you
thinking
were
about
thinking
animated.
about animated mid but I couldn't think of Kim Possible yet. Thought of Cadet Kelly, and then I thought of Sweet Life on Deck, and then I remembered that you said animated movies, and I was like, Kim Possible, and we've talked about it at Epcot because they used to have the Kim Possible flip phone thing that I explained to you.
That's a crazy. I didn't want to like. I knew the animated first question was gonna fuck me. I actually had a feeling that it was gonna fuck me.
Well, you're stupid. Your girlfriend's a
I
genius.
still won though, so I don't care. I won. But
That's not the point.
that's crazy that you fucking yeah. But so you do
And
know
I have never seen the Kim
you have
Possible
not
movie.
seen Kim Possible So the Drama, I think it's called Drama something, which is like a movie that came out in 2005. But there's been a newer Kim Possible movie in 2019, right? That
Yeah,
was like live
yeah,
action. I
yeah,
never
I saw
saw it. I'm just saying, like, so you know the character Kim Possible, and you've probably seen the show at some point.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
okay, I won. Let's get it. All me. I'm the greatest.
Whatever. That was
Uh,
a good game.
all right. So now it is time for blind ranking Ryan Gosling
Oh, I forgot.
films. You're going to blind
I
rank
forgot we're doing this.
5 Ryan Gosling films. I'm going to tell them to you in no particular.
Gosling
Listen, Spanish,
with a G.
English wasn't my first language. My first language was Spanish, so you can't be. I'm not wrong.
I mean, you're
Um,
not, but
exactly. So you got to rank them 1 through 5. Obviously, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. You're going to get them all
okay.
randomly. And now the first movie is The Notebook.
Two,
2. Okay. The next movie, Barbie.
three,
The next movie, Blade Runner 2044, I think it's 2042.
five,
Yeah. What? That's crazy. I'm gonna Drive,
four,
La La Land.
one. Obviously, I was waiting for that one. That's
That's
why I didn't do one for what
that's
did I give two?
The Notebook.
Yeah, because I was waiting for La La Land to be one.
So you went 1 La La Land, 2 The Notebook, 3 Barbie, 4 Drive, and 5 Blade Runner.
I've never seen Drive,
Okay. But you went
so I don't know what that
5
is.
for Blade Runner, by the way, which is insane.
Blade Runner over Barbie, The Notebook, and La La
So I
Land?
haven't seen Barbie. I still have yet to this day not seen Barbie.
Do you know
But
me at
I
all?
understand what you're saying, but
He won an Oscar for Barbie.
is obviously wrong.
What's your
Okay.
list? Is
So
it backwards?
so are we going off of him as an actor in the movies? Are we going off the movie itself?
No, I went off of oh, wait. Oh, wait. I don't know how I did it.
Because if it's off of the movie itself, the best movie on this list is Blade Runner, in my opinion. But yeah, it's either La La Land or Blade Runner. They're very close. It's probably La La
Over
Land.
La La Land?
It's probably La La Land, but Blade Runner's insane. It's such a good movie.
Don't test me.
But it's either La La Land or Blade Runner. If it's going off of his performance, it's La La Land, Blade Runner, Barbie, Notebook, Drive.
The Notebook after Barbie?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you well?
I'm
No.
perfectly well.
Oh my god. I definitely did it off of movie because if I did it off of performance, I would do La La Land, The Notebook, Blade Runner, Barbie, and I've never seen Drive.
Drive is a good movie. He's with his wife in that movie, I'm pretty sure. I think. Is it?
Really?
He's married to Eva Mendes, right?
Yes, I think so because I always think it's Eva Longoria, and then I'm like, that can't be right.
I think you have the right. I think no, he did another movie with his wife, not this one. Different movie.
But his wife is Eva Mendes, right?
Yes, it is Eva Mendes.
Okay.
He gave her a whole speech about like how he was able to win his Oscar because she went to like she
To
was
be with the kid.
taking care of the kids and stuff like that.
That was so cute.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that
Okay.
concludes today's episode.
Yay!
We did it, squad.
We did it, Squadron. Thank you guys for being here. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram, same handle.
Even though we're
What else I got?
even though we're bashing Project Hail Mary, I do think I would recommend that movie to anybody because
I would not.
I would because it's actually like if you don't have her problem of over analyzing every frame, thinking about everything, it is a movie you could sit down and watch, and it's a overall good like the story was presented poorly, or I guess not presented but written poorly, but presented really well. The movie, like
Let me
everything
rephrase.
around the way it was written was beautiful.
Let me
Like
rephrase. If it
cinematography
wasn't if it
she did.
wasn't for his poor character development on the security issue, I would recommend this movie to anyone. But I find it so incredibly obnoxious that he was right and still insecure. Just take the win. Like, I just think that's so annoying. Like, very annoying. But yes, that's it. Thank you for being here. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the movie. Let us know what your Ryan Gosling ranking is. Let us know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of Reminders of Him and Goat and whatever the other thing we did was. Oh, give us a decom character. Actually, do any of those. Do none of them.
Yeah, let
Peace
us
and
know
love.
if you figured out the character before we figured it out.
Peace, love, and go to the movies.
And the movie with his wife was The Place Beyond the Pines.
And watch that one too.
That's where I think they met each other on the filming of that movie. I think.
That's cute.
I don't know this though. Fact check me on the internet.
Good night.
And you hit the shit out of the mic.